What's going on, James Bonnities here. In this video, I'm going to talk about the 5 skills that I learned and that everybody should learn if you want to find success in business. Whether you want to make an extra $1,000 a month or $100,000 a month, it doesn't matter. These skills can extend into whatever size business that you want. With that being said, I'm going to jump right into it and let's get started. Skill number 1 is you must be able to observe a market and find a problem and then create a solution. Now, it's easier said than done, okay? Most of the time, people who invent things, right, and create a business from solving a problem in a big market, it's because they've had the problem themselves. And so if you're able to look in your daily life and say, hey, these are the things I wish existed. These are the problems not only myself, but I can go on to forums and research on the internet and see other people having the same problems that you have and that there is no solution for it, then you can create a business from it. However, I personally have in the past and will continue to do in the future, always get into a business that has longevity problems and that things will always be a problem in that business. And so, for example, obviously everybody knows who watches this video, SMMA, right? My marketing agency. Local businesses will always have problems using the internet to get more customers. That's it. It's simple. For me, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, and so therefore I like to cut the learning curve and just jump into a business that I know already has problems and there are already solutions, and now all I need to do is go out and find and create and have the skills to solve the problems for businesses. Not only that, the market is so big, it'll never get saturated, so why would I go and try other things? Now, caveat to that for me personally is like right now I'm I have a developer creating a whole development for me in another aspect in the coaching business that I know coaches have massive problems. So as you get started in business, you start to realize and see other problems that people have, okay? And then you can go out and create the solutions for it, and that will give you a viable business, okay? Number 2, and this is so important, and this touches on this video here about the 5 traits to making millions, is you must be coachable. Like you can't think that you know everything. You can't think that your way is the only way and the only right way. When I played football in high school, one of the things that my coach used to always say about me, and even after I graduated, he used to say, James, you weren't the biggest, you weren't the fastest, you didn't have the best arm, and you weren't the most charismatic leader back then, right, in high school. And it's because I'm very to myself and I'm not shy, but I'm just quiet, right? I'm not a rah-rah guy, and so I never was, and that just kind of proves it. But he said, but what made you and gave you the starting position was you were coachable. If I said, change this play, if this defense shows, a 4-3 or a 3-4, and I call this play, change this play, you did it. Like you did anything and everything I told you to do. Where, quarterbacks in the past and quarterbacks in the future, a lot of them aren't. Where quarterbacks that I've coached in the past and quarterbacks that came in after you were here gave me a hard time. They weren't coachable. They weren't running their audibles correctly. They thought they knew best. They thought that the small little drills that we did where we would run down the line and just flip the ball back and forth for an hour of the practice while other people were banging heads together, you did it, and you did it fully. And it was because, and I remember this, and I remember thinking to myself, I better listen to this guy because what do I know, right? I'm just learning as I go. This guy's been coaching for 30 years. It's an important, very, very important piece to success is the ability to be coachable. And by the way, being coachable is a skill, okay? It's not a trait, because you can learn to be coachable by changing your attitude. And so the ability to be coachable can be learned. And that is having enough of the prideless trait when you first start business to allow yourself to change, okay? But quick story is that people come into our coaching program, they're just not coachable. I mean, the support tickets that we get, not all of them, by the way, most of them are, but some of them aren't. And most of our support tickets come from people who, it's like, follow the training, and they ask a question that has nothing to do with the training. And it's like, where did you even come up with that? Like, our training is specifically geared to people who want to start an agency. We've been doing this in coaching almost 7,000 plus people for almost 6 years, or maybe it is 6 years now. Like, we know what you need. We know what you need, and you're going to say that or ask questions about why something isn't, or how do I do this? It's like, we never told you to do that. So why are you asking that question? And listen, I get it. People have to learn. So in the beginning, people start to realize, like, you know what, maybe I should just follow the training. So you must be coachable. Number 3, and this is a weird one, but you must be able to navigate like social media. People who want to start an online business, or honestly any business, they gotta navigate. They gotta be able to like use social media. Like, have a Facebook account, maybe an Instagram, doesn't really matter. Facebook account. You have to, be able, maybe be on Twitter. Like, you gotta be where the market is. Like, you can't run a business and not know anything about social media. And so, yeah, that's a skill. You gotta learn how to do it. You gotta have a Facebook page. People may argue with me and say, Facebook is for old people. Listen, people are on Facebook. Messenger is so easy. Yes, there's TikTok and there's all these other things that could help aid, but like, have a few of the major ones and be able to use them, okay? It's a good communication tool. The market is out there. It's growing exponentially, and stop jumping around to different social media things as new ones come out, okay? Let it become big enough to say, all right, maybe I should start learning this. It's like me. I waited, I don't even know how many years to start TikTok, and still it's really not, I run ads on TikTok. Last year, actually, when I was in Turkey, I started doing a lot more TikToks, and I have a backlog of probably about 100 videos that need to go on there. It's one of those things, time is of the essence, but the point of number 3 is be on social media. Don't become addicted to it. Be on it for business purposes only. Number 4, you have to learn the skill of building funnels. It's a fact. No way around it. I don't care what business it is. There is a funnel that needs to be able to be built, okay? If you give me a business, it might be not a traditional funnel like ClickFunnels stuff, GoHighLevel stuff. It doesn't have to necessarily be that. But every business has to get eyeballs on their business. And in order to get eyeballs on their business, just a website is not going to work. Websites aren't built to convert customers. They are brand purpose only. Funnels are built to convert. Your headline, your opt-in, get their email address, send them follow-up messages, follow-up texts. You have to have the ability to build a quick landing page funnel and be able to get the eyeballs on people so they know exactly what it is that you do, whatever business it is. And let me give you a quick example. A plumber. Why does a plumber need a funnel? Well, if a plumber wants to get more leads and customers, most people that, doesn't have somebody who can refer them to a plumber, most people, when they need an emergency, like I had one the other day in my 6 family that I own, the quickest thing was boom, because my plumber actually sold his business and started teaching at like a tech school, plumbing. And I had to literally plumber in Patterson, New Jersey, and find the nearest plumber and say, listen, I need you to go over there. I'll pay you whatever money. I'm overseas and I can't handle this right now. Here's my credit card, blah, 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 right? How did I find it? He had a Google business profile, actually, that goes a whole nother way. But either way, if you're gonna run ads for somebody or for yourself, you need to capture information. You need to give them a phone number to call. You need to be able to understand that game. Number 5, again, comes back to the funnel. You need to be able to get traffic for your business. You have to. And this is why SMMA is such a big, and I don't want to say hot thing, but because that's always a problem for businesses, local businesses, plumbers, electricians, it doesn't even matter what, is that they don't have these skills to be able to go beyond just referrals, friends and family, and then eventually, it gets big enough for some to just be referred enough people to just have a viable business that they can survive on. If they want to thrive, they need to get into this game, and they never will. And that's why SMMA is a big thing for people out there, and a huge opportunity in, like what I said, longevity or legacy, where that market will always have this problem, and therefore anybody can start an agency. So really quick, let's jump through it. Number one, you have to observe a market and pinpoint the problem and create the solution. It's the hardest thing to do. And again, you can always go to the legacy and longevity route, like SMMA is just an example of many that are out there. Number two, you have to be 100% coachable. Whether you're learning from somebody or you're watching them on the internet and you know that they're successful, watch them, follow them, and try to replicate what they're doing. Don't reinvent the wheel. Be coachable. Understand that you don't know everything and you have a lot to learn. Number three, you got to get on social media, no matter where it is. Get into the market that you follow, the Facebook pages, follow the Instagram pages of the market that you want to get into, because, I mean, you can't be under a rock forever. Number four, you must be able to build assets, or at least know somebody, right, that could build assets to help you capture information for people who are interested in the business that you want to start. It's very, very simple. And nowadays, it's so freaking easy, it doesn't even matter. Like, you should be able to learn this in an afternoon. Five, and then once you're able to do that, you got to get the traffic down right? You got to get the eyeballs on the pages. That's traffic. That's lead generation. Running pay-per-click advertising, running Facebook ads, whatever it might be, creating a Google business profile where it links out to a landing page to capture information, and so on and so forth. In the beginning, you shouldn't be brand building. You should be traffic generating eyeballs, converting the traffic into leads, which then converts them into paying customers. You got to learn these skills, and you got to learn them fast. Thanks for watching. I will get back to our regular scheduled training videos as well when I get back into the USA. Thanks for watching. Down in the description, I have a bunch of links if anybody's interested. And if you're new to this channel, please like, subscribe, and shoot me a comment whether this video helped you in your journey to building a successful business. Talk soon. Peace.